What's good, everybody out there on YouTube? This is your man Shadicstick dropping some Hot Firaga on this mic, and today we'll be exploring the concept of the final world in the Kingdom Hearts series. While characters in the series have died or have had their hearts ripped from them, the concept of death isn't explored really until Kingdom Hearts 3. Sometimes they come back to life, sometimes they don't. One thing we do know is that there is a world they visit in death, and that is the final world, a world for those who have died and lost their physical form. While this is explained in Kingdom Hearts 3, the secret ending reveals something I think we're overlooking that complicates the matter a little bit further than we think. Get strapped in because we're about to tackle death in Kingdom Hearts and why it's far more complicated than what Tetsuya and the gang make it appear. Let's begin.
Is that all you got?
Alright guys, in my last theory I talked about how true death was introduced in Kingdom Hearts 3, but that is merely just the explanation of it. True death is actually better represented in another game, Dream Drop Distance. In Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, the first world you arrive in is Traverse Town. But instead of being introduced to your standard cast of Final Fantasy characters, we're introduced to the World Ends With You characters. This is important because those characters are in the game, and to sum it up, they're simply dead. In my previous Kingdom Hearts 3 I explained this, but in simple terms, to be in the game, you must be dead. All of the World Ends With You characters are dead, but yet Sora and Riku aren't. In the World Ends With You, if a character was dead, they could see the living, but not vice versa, with a few exceptions. The reasoning for this was because the UG and RG existed. Players of the game were in the UG while living people were in the RG. So are Riku and Sora dead because they can see the characters in Dream Drop Distance? No, but they are close. In Kingdom Hearts 3, Chirithy explains the complexities of death and explains that sleep, the state Sora, Riku, and the worlds of Dream Drop Distance were in, is a similar and really close state to death. Because of sleep being so similar, Sora has visited the Station of Awakening in the final world a multitude of times, along with being in a state of sleep multiple times. Recently, since the Kingdom Hearts 3 Ultimania has released, we've gotten a lot more information regarding certain portions of the game, more specifically the beginning when Sora is in the Station of Awakening and then goes to the final world to fight Darkseid. This next piece of information goes hand in hand with this. So apparently this scene is after the end of the game, according to Nomura. Remember when Sora faded out at the end of the game? What I think is that Sora is either dead or has entered a deep slumber again, much like Dream Drop Distance. He may be dead because he sacrificed himself at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 so that everyone, more so Kairi than everyone else, you know what I mean though, could live on. This wouldn't be too out of the question considering them now introducing true death within the series and explaining its inner workings. On top of this, he appears in the middle of Shibuya Crossing like any other player of the game. This could also just be a callback to the opening of The World Ends With You, but I highly doubt it considering the information we've just obtained. Sora may also be asleep, as I explained earlier, because of how close it is to death, and considering he visits the Station of Awakening often enough for it to be that way, he could also be in a deep sleep. It would also explain why Riku seems to be searching for him in the Yozora secret ending. So Sora visits the Station of Awakening after the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, but he also goes to the final world. Does that mean that Sora is dead? Possibly. And if that's the case, how does he get to Shibuya Crossing? It's simple. Shibuya is the final world, or it is a final world. Let me explain because it's far more complicated than what you think. You see, within the context of Kingdom Hearts, there is a realm of light, a realm of darkness, and a realm of between. Worlds that fall between serve a special purpose. One of those worlds is Traverse Town. Traverse Town serves the purpose of harboring those whose worlds have been lost to darkness, and it can mold itself to fit the needs of its inhabitants, which in Dream Drop Distance are the members of the World Ends With You gang, which, if you remember what I said earlier, are dead. Now, I do have to mention that Traverse Town becomes a sleeping world after Kingdom Hearts 1, but because of this, I believe that it creates the perfect conditions for the World Ends With You gang to exist in the world. If we go back to what Chirithy said, sleep and death are closely related and are basically the same state of existence. If that's the case, then worlds with similar properties should feel in the need of the final world, meaning that there are multiple final worlds. How else would the World Ends With You characters be able to exist in Traverse Town since they are all dead, and all dead people go to the final world? Exactly. Traverse Town is a final world, and I would say the same for Shibuya Crossing since Sora is there and he has gone through the final world and Station of Awakening again after the events of Kingdom Hearts 3. It wouldn't be too far-fetched to say that this is the reason Riku is looking for Sora. Sora is in a sleeping world because he's either dead or asleep, and Riku has left to go get him from said sleeping world. This wouldn't be the first time he has had to do it, and while Sora is still the series protagonist, it would be a chance to make Riku the true protagonist of a game again, like in Dream Drop Distance, instead of acting as the game's deuteragonist like in Chain of Memories. To be honest, I think the introduction of more final worlds wouldn't be crazy. We see that the Master of Masters has plans for the Virum Rex world, and while we know worlds exist in different realms, I feel like he may be trying to create some new category of world, but that's just speculation. What his plans are, we don't know, and why he's in Yozora's world, we also don't know. But guys, do you think that there are other final worlds with the same properties? Do you think this is something even greater? Tell me down in that comment section below. This has been your man Shadicstick. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Join my Discord and follow me on Twitter if you haven't so that you can stay notified and updated. Make sure you also tick that notification bell so you can get notifications because YouTube is stupid. And remember, Hot Firaga turns to Cold Blizzaga. Make sure you chill out with some of my other videos. Peace, kiss, kiss.